I'm Claire Jensen. I'm 39, married, a stepmother, and someone who never expected that the most meaningful moment of my relationship with my stepson would come from a handwritten note on a kitchen counter. Let me go back. I married Tom almost 7 years ago. He was a widower with a 10-year-old son, Liam. At the time, I was 32, childless, and more than a little unsure of what it meant to become someone's stepmom. I'd read all the advice: don't try to replace their real mom, don't rush the bond, just be there. And that's what I tried to do. Liam was polite. Always polite, that's the best way I can describe him. He'd say please and thank you, clean up after himself, never throw tantrums. But there was always distance. It was like there was a line I wasn't supposed to cross. I never pushed. I was just there, cooking dinner, driving him to soccer practice, helping with school projects when he asked. He always called me Claire. Never mom, never stepmom, not even miss. Just Claire. I'd be lying if I said that didn't sting a little. But I reminded myself that I came into his life late. I couldn't expect something that wasn't mine to begin with. Tom, my husband, is a good man. Patient, grounded, supportive. He works as a regional manager for a home improvement chain, so he's often gone for days at a time visiting different stores. That left me and Liam alone more often than not. We had a rhythm, a kind of quiet coexistence. By the time Liam was 17, our relationship was fine. No drama, no closeness either. We shared meals, occasional jokes, sometimes TV. That was it. He was finishing his junior year in high school and already talking about college out of state. I thought, maybe we'll always just be this, a functional, distant duo. I had made my peace with it. And then came that one week. Tom had a week-long conference in Chicago, typical for his job. Liam and I were home alone. I didn't expect anything unusual. I figured we'd both do our own thing, eat frozen dinners, maybe see each other in passing. But Monday evening, something shifted. I was in the kitchen, elbow-deep in soapy water, when Liam came in and silently started drying dishes. No phone in his hand, no headphones. Just, drying dishes. I glanced at him, surprised, but didn't say anything. We worked in silence. When I reached for a plate, our hands touched for a split second and he smiled. Long day? He asked. It took me a second to respond. Yeah, just work stuff. He nodded. Want me to handle dinner tomorrow? I blinked. What? I mean, like order something. My treat. You've been doing all the stuff around here. I can handle one meal. I laughed. Sure. Surprise me. Tuesday, I came home from the local library, where I work part-time, and found takeout on the table. Thai food. He remembered I liked spicy green curry. There was even a can of sparkling water next to my plate, lime flavor, my favorite. You remembered, I said, sitting down. He shrugged. You always get that one. It was a small thing. A meal. But I couldn't shake the warmth that settled in my chest. Wednesday, he offered to mow the lawn before I even asked. Thursday, I found the dishwasher already loaded, the laundry folded. He wasn't doing anything grand, no over-the-top gestures. Just small things. Things I'd done for years without thinking. And now he was doing them for me. On Friday, I came home exhausted. Work had been chaos, and I had stopped at the grocery store after, dragging bags through the door. Liam met me in the hallway, took 2 bags without saying a word, and unpacked them while I collapsed onto the couch. 10 minutes later, he walked in with a mug of tea, chamomile, the kind I drink when I'm overwhelmed. I looked at him. Are you okay? You're being weirdly helpful. He grinned. Just figured you could use a break. That night, I slept deeper than I had in weeks. And then Saturday came. I woke up to a quiet house. The kitchen smelled like toast and coffee. Liam was already up, sitting at the table with his laptop. There was a plate set for me, scrambled eggs, toast, a few slices of orange. I sat down, still in my robe, hair a mess. "Thanks," I mumbled. He looked up. "Figured you might be hungry." Halfway through breakfast, I noticed a folded piece of paper under my mug. It had my name, just Claire, in his handwriting. I opened it. "Claire, I know I don't say much. Or show much. But I see everything you do. I see how you always remember how I like my sandwiches. I see you never miss a soccer game. I see you check the weather to remind me to grab a jacket. I've never said thank you. Not really, but I've always felt it. You've been there. Constant. And that means more than you know. I'm sorry I've been distant. I guess I just didn't know how to let you in. But I want to now. Thank you, Claire. Liam." I stared at the note for a long time. My eyes burned. My throat tightened. I don't even remember putting the mug down. I just looked across the table at him and said, "That's the nicest thing anyone's ever written to me." He smiled, a little sheepishly. I meant it. I reached across the table and touched his hand. "You're a good kid, Liam. A really good one." We sat there in silence, the kind that's not awkward, just full. That afternoon, we watched a movie together, then cleaned out the garage, something we'd been putting off for months. It didn't feel like a chore. We joked. We found old boxes of his baby stuff. He told me stories about his mom, things I'd never heard before. Not in a sad way, just as memories. And I felt honored to be part of them. When Tom came home on Sunday, I showed him the note. He read it slowly, then looked at me. "That's real," he said. "That's not something you fake." I nodded, still holding the piece of paper like it was something sacred. From that week on, things between Liam and me changed, not in some grand, dramatic way. But in small, consistent moments. He started saying goodnight every evening. Sometimes, he'd stop by the kitchen just to ask how my day was. We began having little inside jokes. He asked for my opinion on a college essay. When he got accepted to a university 3 states away, he brought me the letter first. "You were part of this," he said. I helped him pack. And on the day we loaded the car, he hugged me before getting in the driver's seat. "Thanks for being patient," he said. "Always," I replied, my voice thick. Now, we text every week. He sends pictures of books he's reading, silly memes, sometimes just, "Hey, how's the garden?" And every time, I smile. That note still sits folded in my nightstand drawer. Sometimes I take it out and read it, not because I need to, but because I want to remember what quiet love looks like. Not flashy. Not loud. Just present. Let me tell you something, from someone who waited years for it, family doesn't always start with love. Sometimes it starts with consistency, and sometimes it blossoms because of one note left under a coffee mug.